Meddle, 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 meddle.
Indians scattered on dawn's highway bleeding. Ghosts crowd a young child's fragile eggshell mind. The sudden back seat filled with memories of the dance he left behind. Departed elders assembling, drawn to the fresh psyche, like thumb to mouth, like freedom to slave. The shards of the day pause, and cactus flowers blossom into rapt audience for the gathering spirits. People born of the land, from different views of the great ocean, pouring into this middling space, and the circle is rejoined. The past rolling out like a scroll writ in sound, a voice shining in the tone of a moment. Speaking to the darkness that trembles at the edge of firelight, just out of reach, frightened and deadly. The spoken lore beats a counterpulse to its nervous march. The ceremony is about to begin. Is everybody in? The brave and fierce cry of the war dead is on the wind. Burning with an unholy dread, there's a pattern of fear in our rhythm of speech. Sleepers choking their children in hopes that the shock will wake them from this American dream. Patriots paralyzed with paraplegics, and the quiet walking dead waiting for it to all go away. The brave and fierce song of the war dead is on the wind. Is everybody in? Let the story begin. We lived in the wildness, beyond the outskirts of civilization, past Caesar's reach, bathing ourselves with nightshade and moonshadow under an infinite sky. We were tribes, Goths and Vandals. Our fierce cries pierced the soft night underbelly. Our joyous moans told the days. We watched from grassy knoll as Rome collapsed from the fear and the weight of madmen. But the terror of Rome outlived its roads, resurrecting itself in the Holy Roman Empire, spreading out across centuries. Hearing our lusty cries as werewolves, turning our wise women into kindling. The executioner's eyes were wide with fright but saw nothing, pushing us west across to an emerald isle where we fought for our wild forest heart and became Robin Hood. Pushed west, impressed onto royal navies where we mutinied and became pirates on the high seas. Pushed west across an ocean to a new world and an ancient wisdom. We found our fertile soil, the footing of Turtle Island, shipped as white cargo to be a barrier between the whipcrackers, the natives, and the black slaves. We burned up the contracts and burned down the sweatshops. We fled west into the wilderness, again west, joining our blood in fierce defiance and kinship, becoming half-breeds, race traders, mestizos, mulattoes, holding our living joy to the sun like a prism, bereft of chains, forsaking the beauty of static culture, forsaking their locked doors and cold rationale for the wilderness, and being earthbound and unhinged. We were the Wild West. But still they came, never satisfied, terrified, conceiving cities and sprawls and halls of injustice, trading green-lit arbors for the ardor of parlor chatter, justifying the death of clean breath with the gospel of profit, following knowledge without the wisdom to stop it, following knowledge without the wisdom to stop it. We became prophets of enough. We had enough. The dismantlers, the backs that built comfort, turned steadily from it. Dregs and drifters, I tell you tonight, brothers and sisters, the city never looks so beautiful as when it's shut down. Fierce women, tender men, and gender-bending beauties pausing the gears of the great grind, breaking the spectacle for a clearer lens of this moment in time, dropping spies behind enemy lines every time a child arrives in a stark home with no law on their bones. Doing more living than thinking about living, escaping through winter windows into late-night adventures, hopping summer trains, runaways, hippies, punks. Drinking in the cold air of the cemeteries, crowding fragile ghosts with our eggshell minds. Travelers. Marauding gardeners. Honest criminals. We ain't all good, and that ain't all bad. We squatted your summer home. We ravaged your billboards. We rolled and clawed with lust, raving with lust under the watchful starlight. Dancers, prancers, and vixens finding our way to the wilderness tribe. The herd that the fearsome couldn't thin, the ones with freedom in our eyes. We overheard the heresy of this horrible conspiracy. That time is something to spend, that being human is a race. We bathe in the flow of minutes and moments, paying no interest to banks that don't hold sacred rivers. Trading sunshine for moon roofs, wild faith for 80 proof, while we steady on, bulletproof. While you bartered and shot, we bartered and thrived. In the ghettos and meadows, the world belongs to the alive. We are still a tribe. We are Goths and Vandals, and we are home. You who have pursued us across oceans and millennium will find to your cost that you have us surrounded, that we, with the wilderness in our eyes, are no longer seeking refuge because there's no refuge to seek. You have driven us to the ends of the earth, and we will drive your children wild!